Rekha madam, this Soni madam is there, right? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, just hold on.
Welcome all of you children for today's online lamp offering. And now we are just waiting for Soni madam to introduce. Maybe I feel
okay. We can yeah. So we can start off. Madam would speak at the end.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. So Hare Krishna. Yes, sir.
You continue, Mataji.
Hare Krishna to each and everyone on the call now. We are meeting here today to celebrate Diwali for two reasons. One is, of course, Diwali. One is, of course, Diwali is there, and also we want to pray to the Lord for giving peace and good health to all of us. Okay, and all of us, when I say it is all of us in this whole world, okay, because today we are going through a very difficult situation. So let us pray by means of this program today, so that Lord Krishna gives us peace and good health to all in this world. So Diwali, when we celebrate, there are a lot of things that we have, there are reasons why we celebrate Diwali. And there's one main reason, the topmost reason, which is there, and there is a lot of enthusiasm when we celebrate Diwali, when we have these lights, when we have the lamps, we light the lamps. So what is our consciousness? What should we remember during this Diwali season? What is that, the topmost thing that should come to our mind? There is one pastime which happened on the day of Diwali. There are a lot of things that happen on the day of Diwali, and that is the reason why we call it, Narak Chaturdashi, we call it Deepavali, then we have Lakshmi Puja. There are many pastimes that happen during this time on this day of Diwali. But there is one topmost pastime that has happened on this day, and that is the Damodar Leela. Okay, and that is the Damodar Leela that happened. Now, this Damodar Leela, what is Damodar? So, Damodar is none other than Krishna himself. Why we call him Damodar? Dam means rope, and Udar means the stomach. So, what was there on rope on the stomach? Do you remember rope on the stomach of Damodar, of Krishna? So that is the pastime that happened on this day of Diwali. So the rope was tied on Krishna's stomach. So why did anybody tie a rope? And how can one tie a rope on Krishna, the Lord of the universe? How can one tie a rope on his stomach? So what happened on this day? So let us try to understand what happened on this day. In short, I will tell you the story of what happened on this day. So on this day of Diwali, Mother Yashoda, Krishna's mother, so she decided, because she had got a lot of complaints, right? Everybody was complaining about Krishna stealing butter, from everybody's house. And you know why Krishna was stealing butter from everybody's house? Because if Krishna doesn't steal butter, the cows would not give milk on the next day. So Krishna had to steal butter from their house, and everybody wanted him to come and steal butter. But yet they would come and complain. That was a nice, entertainment for them to, keep complaining about Krishna, and Krishna coming and, stealing butter again. Okay, and Krishna stealing butter is different from what people here steal. Stealing is a bad habit, right? For the youngsters, I'm telling, stealing is a bad habit. But why, when Krishna steals, why it is not wrong? That is because Krishna, everything belongs to Krishna. Everything, is whole universe has been created by Krishna. So it is his own thing. Like if your mother gives you, 10 rupees, or your mother gives you something, a pack of pencils, okay, to use. And then when she wants one pencil, she comes and just takes a pencil from your pencil box. Is that wrong for her to take? Is that stealing? No, because that is hers. Everything that she has given, everything what is with you is what she has given. So that is why when Krishna steals, it is not wrong. It is his own, right? So when there were a lot of complaints, now Yashoda Mai thought that okay, I don't know why Krishna goes and steals butter from others' houses. Now this time, now let me. I don't know how, because she was a queen, right? Yashoda Mai. So she had a lot of people, lot of servants who would actually make this butter. So that day she thought that let me myself make the butter. Why is Krishna going and stealing in others' houses? Maybe my servants are not making the butter, very nicely. Let me make the butter myself. So she decided to make the butter. And when she made the butter, when she sat to make the butter, she started, singing and making the butter, churning and churning and churning. At that time, uh, it was early in the morning. It was, around about 5 o'clock. Mother Yashoda was nicely dressed. She had taken bath and she had done her morning puja, and then she had sat to make the butter. Now Krishna, who was sleeping, and he woke up. He woke up and he came behind her and he caught her from behind. And Mother Yashoda realized, oh, Krishna is woken up. She took him on the lap, and Krishna wanted to have milk. And Mother Yashoda said, okay. So she stopped churning and she started giving him milk. But then she realized that she had kept the milk for boiling on the stove. So in the kitchen. So she just remembered that, and she just, how you must have seen, right, mothers, and they just suddenly remember, oh, there is milk on the something is there on the gas, and they just run. So like that, Mother Yashoda put Krishna down, and she just ran into the kitchen, to take the milk off the stove. And when this Krishna was very annoyed, very annoyed. Why did mother do this to me? She was feeding me, I was having milk, and why did she just drop me here and then she just went? She was very, very upset. Now, so when was it wrong that she went she left the baby and she went there? But then the reason why she went was because that milk was again for Krishna, right? The milk was for Krishna. So the milk, if the milk would have overflown, all its, the cream would have gone, and then she would not have been able to make butter. So that is the reason why she ran. So she did that, okay. And this milk, just to tell you, they had this milk was from special cows, okay. Now Krishna's father Nand Maharaj had 9 lakh cows. In the 9 lakh cows, there were 8 special cows. They're called Padmagandha, the Padmagandha cows. These Padmagandha cows were fed, special kind of Padmagandha grass, so that they give very fragrant milk. So this milk, the butter which was created in Yashoda's house, was from this milk. So it was a very special milk. So she tried to save the milk, but Krishna was very annoyed. So normally what children do when they are annoyed, of course you should not do that. So he just, Krishna being playing a role of, a baby boy, he really wanted to play that role very nicely. He is the Lord of the universe, but then he wanted to play his role also nicely. So when you do drama, how you like to play your role very nicely, right? So like that, Krishna wanted to play that role very nicely, and there were other plans in his mind. Okay, he had a lot of other plans. So he just broke the pot of the butter, and he called the monkeys. He just made a mess around there. He started feeding the butter which was made, to everybody, and he started feeding the monkeys also. And monkeys, why monkeys? Okay, monkeys, because you know monkeys were what did the monkeys do in the previous birth of Krishna, when he had incarnated as Ram? The monkeys had helped him, right? These were those monkeys whom Ram could not actually give them anything. So at that time in his previous life, so now he was feeding them butter. So the monkeys were enjoying the butter, and Krishna made a mess around. And by then, after the mother Yashoda put down the milk and she came out, and she saw this mess, and she was so annoyed. She was so annoyed. She just took a stick in the hand, and Krishna started running, afraid of. Imagine the Lord of Universe is running, he's doing his role very nicely, right? So he just started running, and Mother Yashoda is behind. Mother Yashoda is, she's having all her jewelry, all her dress, and all her flowers on her head, and she's just running, and Krishna, can anybody catch hold of the Lord of Universe? But he was just running, and she was just running behind him, and everybody watching. Her flowers are falling. The acharyas say those flowers, they were falling, and they were saying, like, the flowers which were falling, some of them were on Yashoda's side, and some of them were on Krishna's side. So the one who were on Yashoda's side were thinking that, oh, Yashoda is unable to catch Krishna because of, she's become heavy because of our weight. So let us fall down, let us fall at her feet, and then, she can run fast. That is what the feeling. The flowers which were on Krishna's side were thinking that, oh, Yashoda is trying to catch Krishna. We don't want to be part of this conspiracy. Let us fall down. And so they were falling down. So there was all this, happening. And then then finally, Krishna decided, see, ultimately, Krishna is the Lord, and he knows, he knows the mother is the greatest devotee of him, so he managed to get, caught. So Yashoda caught him, and she brought him back, and she took the motor, the grinding motor, and she said that, okay, now I'm going to just tie you down to this, and you be here. And she in that angan of their house. So she took the motor, and she started, she bought a rope, and she started trying. And she was tying, and the rope was, about 2 fingers short. So she took another rope, she tied it. Again, she did one circle. Again, the rope was 2 fingers short. The n number of ropes, all the ropes in the house were done, were over, and then she was trying. People around, started, because Krishna is crying, saying, "Mummy, mother, don't tie me, mother, don't tie me, don't tie me." And these people are, people are coming, and the people are saying, okay, don't tie. It's okay, small boy, don't tie. They are saying, don't tie, but they also want to have the fun, of tying Krishna, because Krishna has been, very naughty. So they also want to have the fun. So they're giving her ropes. Everybody is bringing ropes from their house, and giving her ropes, come on, yeah. Don't tie. He's a small boy. They're saying that, but then they're giving her ropes also. So everybody is enjoying this scene, and Mother Yashoda is really tired, she's right since afternoon to evening, she kept trying to tie Krishna. Is it possible to tie the Lord of the Universe? But Krishna, Mother Yashoda is the loves Krishna so much, right? Mother Yashoda loves Krishna so much. So finally, Krishna felt, pity on her, and she said, okay, she's been, so she's trying to tie me. Let me get tied, let me get tied. And finally, finally, Krishna, mercifully accepted to be tied. So at that time, when she tied the rope, she could tie the rope. Now, what is the significance of these 2 fingers? 2 fingers short. Now, why when Mother Yashoda, what was her endeavor? Mother Yashoda's endeavor was to tie Krishna. Okay, was to tie Krishna. So she was endeavoring. She was working hard to tie Krishna, but she could never tie Krishna until Krishna was merciful to get tied. So, for anything, any success in this world, there are these 2 things that are required. One is the endeavor, okay, and the second one, the most important one, is the mercy of the Lord. So, whatever endeavor is definitely important. I mean, unless you endeavor, there's nothing good. Even Krishna will not be merciful, right? So, first is the endeavor, and then the mercy of the Lord. When these 2 things are there, only then the success will come. That is why it's very important to endeavor and also ask for mercy from the Lord, right? So the success can come only when these 2 things are there. Now, so Mother Yashoda tied Krishna, and then she went into the kitchen to do her work. So while she was doing that, so Krishna outside, Krishna is Lord, right? He's not going to be bound by those rope and all that. So he was bound. He actually started crawling, and the grinding motor was behind him, and he crawled and crawled and crawled. And there were 2 Arjuna trees in their angan. Okay, these 2 trees were like V-shaped trees. V-shaped. They were in that shape, and Krishna went in between the 2 trees. and he went to the other side, and by then the motor which was there behind, the wooden big motor, got stuck. Okay, and it could not come pass on through between those trees. And Krishna just pulled it hard. He pulled it hard. He pulled it so hard that the two trees fell off. And now these two trees fell off, and there were two devatas who came out of the tree, and they circumambulated Krishna. Okay, that is that pradakshina they did for Krishna, prayed to him, they recited prayers to Krishna, and then went to their heavenly abode. Now, who were these two people? Okay, these two devatas. They were actually Nalakuber and Manigri. They were the sons of Kubera. Now, what were they doing there as trees? So they had a curse from Narad Muni. Okay, once when they were, in their abode, they were taking bath. They were the sons of Kubera, so they were very rich. Okay, extremely rich family. So they had a lot of wealth. So they were so proud of their wealth that they just didn't bother. They were just enjoying. They thought that life is meant for enjoying, and so they were one day they were in the water, okay, and they were swimming in the water, enjoying in the water, and without clothes, okay, and they were enjoying in the water. At that time, Narad Muni was passing by. So when Narad Muni was passing by, Narad Muni saw the scene. So the normal etiquette would have been that they should have covered themselves quickly, come out and paid obeisances to Narad. Narad Muni is not an ordinary rishi, right? He's a devarshi. So that's a normal etiquette. I mean, here also, like, when we see some elderly person come, even if we are, doing something, we get up and we, give them respect. But these two were so engrossed in their, enjoyment that they did not look at Narad Muni, they did not pay him respect, and they did not even cover their bodies. So Narad Muni, seeing them in this state, he said that, okay, you love being, in this form without clothes. So he cursed them, saying that you be, so it is trees who do not wear clothes, right? It is trees who do not wear clothes. So you become trees. Okay. And that was a curse given to them. So then as soon as they heard the curse, they realized the mistake, and they fell at Narad Muni's feet and said, please forgive us, and you tell us how we don't want to become trees. And he said, you will have to now, because that is a curse given. But yeah, I can give you one benediction that you will be able to, you will take birth in, you become trees in Nanda Maharaja's Angan, where one day Krishna will appear and deliver you. So for 30,000 years, these two were in the form of trees. Imagine being trees for 30,000 years, cannot move, cannot do anything, cannot eat pizza, cannot watch a movie, right? So for 30,000 years, but for 30,000 years that they were there, they always contemplated on Krishna. Okay, one day Krishna is going to take birth and come. So so much of, for 30,000 years they got purified because of the bhakti, the contemplation of Krishna that they had for 30,000 years, just waiting for Krishna, just thinking about him. Okay, when will he come? How will he come? Okay, just contemplating on him for 30,000 years, they actually became purified. And when Krishna, that was a time, on the day of Diwali, that was a time, all Krishna's planning. And Krishna's planning for what? Because Devarshi Narad had told that it is not Krishna's. Krishna doesn't need to come down and deliver people. He can just deliver people from wherever he is, from his abode, right? But just because Narad Muni's words, he wanted to make, Krishna always tries to make his devotees' words true. So his devotees' words, he tries to make it true. So that is how Narad Muni's words, Krishna made it true by delivering these two sons of Kubera. So this is the Leela that happened on the day of Diwali. So I hope you all enjoyed the story, and I will pass it on to Bhagavati Kripadevi Dasi Mataji. She is the director of Narasimha Institute of Children Education, which is an education wing of ISKCON. Mataji, over to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. So all the children, I hope you must have enjoyed the story. This was narrated by Rekha Rao Mataji. She is working in TCS, and apart from that, her children were students of, they are alumni of R.B.K, we can say in one sense. And they passed out very good marks and they have done very well. So now, as she said, the story of Damodar. So based on that story, there is one song called Damodar Ashtakam. So now I will sing that song, and at that time on the screen we will display a photo. So that photo you have to offer lamps to that photo, and how you should offer: three, two, four. That is three at the lotus feet, two at the hips of Lord Krishna, and then three at the lotus face, and total over the body of Lord Krishna seven times. So this way you offer the lamp. And Ihan, one student had a question that what is the importance of celebrating Diwali? So just after this song, we will show you a clip which will say why we celebrate Diwali. So it's a very good question. So we'll show that. So now, and all of you on your videos when you do the offering to the lamps, okay, so that we can take a nice picture of all of you. So I'll start singing now. The story which Rekha madam said. So this song will describe that pastime. Okay. Namashwaram Sachi Anandarupam Lasaralam Gokule Rajamanam Yashodamiyodoralagamanam Paramashramatyantatodritagopyam Udantamurnetra Yugmam songs. It's very beautiful. So now we will show you, Ihan had a question. What is the significance of Diwali? So that we'll show a clip by His Grace Kamal Lochan Prabhuji, who is the president of ISKCON Mira Road. He is a marine engineer by profession, but he has dedicated his life for spreading the wisdom of Bhagavad Gita. His main goal is to spread the wisdom of Gita among students in schools and colleges. So you can see this now. Please listen carefully. I'll ask you a question. Yes, the song is in Sanskrit. Tanmay.
Hare Krishna, my dear children. Happy Diwali to all of you. And I am speaking to all of you from Hampi on the banks of Tungabhadra river. Just behind me you can see Navavrindavana, the Samadhi place of the 9 great saints starting from Padmanabha Tirtha in the Madhva Sampradaya. And why do we celebrate Diwali? We celebrate Diwali because of happiness. Because a demon called Narakasura was killed. Very interesting to note that demon was the son of Krishna himself. When Krishna appeared as Varaha avatar and he lifted the earth, at that time earth is Bhulakshmi. And he impregnated the earth, and as a result a son was born. But he became Narakasura. He became a demon. Why he became a demon? Though he is son of Krishna, though he is son of Lakshmi herself, Bhulakshmi herself, because of bad association. You may be belonging to a very good family, but what destroys you, what takes you and makes you a demon is your association. Prahlad's father was Hiranyakashipu, a big demon, but because of association of Narada, he became a great saint. Till now, today we talk about Prahlad Maharaj. He has become an idol for all of us. Wherever good qualities have been described, if you don't talk about Prahlad, then those good qualities are no good qualities. Whenever you have to measure any good qualities in a person, you have to give the example of Prahlad. He was born as in the demoniac family, but still became a great devotee and a saint and a great personality. On the other hand, you have Narakasura, who was son of Krishna himself, son of God himself, son of Lakshmi herself, but still because of bad association, he became such a demoniac person. He kidnapped the daughters, the young daughters of big kings, rishis, the devatas, and he captivated them. And he made them forcefully accept him as the, trying to forcefully accept, he made them to accept him as the husband. They were all in distress, and Krishna cannot tolerate his devotees being in distress. So Krishna took Satyabhama along with him. Because at that time when Narakasura was born, his name was actually Bhauma. Then he became Bhaumasura. She took a vow. Krishna, she asked Krishna, Bhauma Devi, the goddess of earth, she asked, "So don't kill my son unless I give my permission." So Krishna took Satyabhama along with him to fight with Narakasura. There's a huge fort which was guarded with the gold, iron and silver walls. At that time there was a big demon called Mura. He had 5 heads. And this Mura demon, he came to fight with Krishna, and Krishna is all-powerful personality. He just took his arrow and then shot at Mura. The trident of Mura, it broke into 3 parts. And then he shot an arrow and then killed the demon Mura, who was very powerful. Then Bhaumasura himself came to fight. After Krishna destroyed the different walls which are guarding the palace of Mura. Krishna is all-powerful personality of Godhead. No power in this world can stop him. When he saw his devotees have been captivated and they were in so much in trouble, so much in distress, Krishna cannot tolerate. Though Bhaumasura Narakasura is his own son. For the sake of devotees, Krishna is willing to kill his own son. That is why Krishna is impartial. Sometimes people say Krishna is partial. Why he supports the demons, the demigods, and he kills the demons? Why is it that Krishna seemingly does partial activities? That he supported the Pandavas and he defeated the Kauravas. But actually Krishna is impartial. This is a perfect example that Krishna loves his devotees. Even though Krishna's son himself, Narakasura, he did not spare him if he does something wrong. So Krishna, as a perfect personality of Godhead, he proved to the entire world that one should be neutral in giving judgment. Such divine qualities are present in the Supreme Lord. He loves his devotees, and when it comes to the demons, he gives a proper answer to them by destroying them. Even though Krishna destroys demons, they are actually delivered by him. That is the speciality of Krishna. So Krishna, he loves his devotees more than his own so-called family members. Actually, in one sense, if you see, both Arjuna, the Pandavas and Kauravas, both were actually relatives of Krishna. But Krishna always supports the righteous person. Now at present, Navaratri is going on. Now Diwali is going to come in the next month.
Now we'll just see for 2 minutes the animated movie of the story which you heard. And then we'll just see that. Good night.
Flavored grass to get sweet aromatic milk, and Mother Yashoda churned out butter from this milk exclusively for Krishna. One day, she decided to stir out extremely good quality butter so that Krishna would not go out stealing it from others' homes. While churning the milk, Mother Yashoda was humming songs that lyrically described the playful activity of Krishna. The melody of her voice had infused bliss in the atmosphere. It felt like an adolescence cuddling the early monsoon showers. There was music in the air that got richer with the sound of Mother Yashoda's earrings tinkling and the clattering of her gold bangles. Little Krishna, who was enjoying his slumber, was awakened by the ecstatic nature. His tiny feet were drawn towards the divine voice of his mother. He sauntered in the direction of Mother Yashoda, where she was churning out butter. He grabbed the stirrer and stopped her. She instantly understood that her Gopal was hungry and needed attention. Mother Yashoda embraced Krishna with affection and offered her milk to him. Krishna squeezed into his mother's lap and started to suckle. Mother Yashoda stayed riveted on little Krishna, admiring the brilliance of his innocence. Suddenly, a sound distracted Mother Yashoda. She looked in that direction and saw that the milk she had put on for heating had started to boil. Reacting to the situation, Mother Yashoda put Krishna down and rushed to attend to it. This offended Krishna and he got angry with Mother Yashoda. An upset Krishna thought of teaching a lesson to his mother. He picked up few stones and flung them at the pot, shattering it into pieces.
Krishna the butter thief is a naughty little boy. For the milk and the butter and the curds he steals, giving gopis lots of joy. Come, oh friends of mine, to taste this butter divine. We'll break the pots and make them fall. Oh, let's all have a ball. Krishna the butter thief is a naughty little boy. For the milk and the butter and the curds he steals, giving gopas lots of joy. Tappa tappa tap tap, tappa tappa tap tap, look at Krishna go. Tappa tappa tap tap, tappa tappa tap, all the butter's on the floor. There
We request Soni madam to speak a few words. Rekha Rao Mataji, you can tell madam to speak a few words.
Madam Soni, and I would thank the management of R.B.K International School for giving us this opportunity, and Madam Soni to coordinate all this and the effort that she has put in to ensure that the students come. I hope you all have enjoyed the session. Madam, can you speak a few words, please?
You have to unmute yourself. We are not able to hear you.
Let me just check.
Maybe you can remove your earphone and speak, madam. So can I ask a question to all of you until madam's mic is on? Okay. Do you remember, what did you learn from the story today? You can send a chat also, the chat also. What did you learn from the story today, children? Yes, you can send in the chat. Kriya and Harshvi, you can send in the chat. So maybe until you can see the movie until their mic is on.
Must have been some magic in those little eyes of his. For when my Yashoda looks at him, her anger turns to bliss.
Some butter and went away to savor it alone. When Mother Yashoda returned, she found Krishna missing. He had left behind a mess of broken pot and butter, scattered and splattered all over. She had no problem in understanding the reason behind this mischievous act of Krishna. And she knew that Krishna was hiding somewhere and was too afraid to come out, so she decided to look out for him. Mother Yashoda collected the pieces of the broken pot and cleaned the butter off the floor, and then she grabbed the stick and started to search. Mother Yashoda trailed the tiny footprints soiled in butter and soon found Krishna. He was perched on a grinding machine, feeding butter to the monkeys. The rapturous monkeys were relishing the treat. They expressed their gratitude by performing graceful acrobatics on the branches of the trees, enthralling Krishna with their amazing agility. Krishna was enjoying every moment with these animals, but he was also being careful by looking around for Mother Yashoda. He peeked over his shoulder every now and then, just to make sure that everything was all right for him. Mother Yashoda managed to find Krishna, and she stealthily approached him from behind. Spotting the stick in her hand, the monkey started to flee in all directions. Krishna also joined the stampede as he ran in fear of his mother.
Now you're able to unmute, madam, yourself. Is your microphone working, madam? Soni, madam?
She chased him around the courtyard and everywhere. Soon, Mother Yashoda was exhausted and the fatigue started to show in her. She began to sweat profusely. The flowers in her hair rolled down. She struggled to keep her sari in place and her steps faltered. The sight of his struggling mother was too heartrending for Krishna to bear, so he let her catch him.
Ma'am, can you speak now? Now you can unmute yourself. Is your mic working?
Yes, am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so sorry, it was some technical issue was there.
No
And
issue. No
first of all,
problem.
thanks to all of you. And yeah, indeed, that was an amazing experience indeed. Really felt very peaceful. First and foremost, I would like to thank His Grace Kamal Lochan Das, President ISKCON Temple Mira Road, Her Grace Bhagwati Kripa Devi Dasi, Director of Narasimha Institute of Children's Education, Wing of ISKCON Temple Mira Road. I would also like to extend my gratitude to our principal, Mr. Omi Sharma, our faculty members, and our students, and all the other unseen hands that have facilitated this platform for us to be united in the name of divine consciousness that resides in us all. This community celebration is an expression of our gratitude to the divine for being blessed with whatever we have. Through this lamp sharing, we hope to send our love to all, that they may feel its vibrations and sense the peace that we wish for them. And the last, thank you, Mrs. Dekha, that you have coordinated with us. And all of you have a nice day. Happy Diwali to everyone and happy Children's Day to all my learners. Thank you. Thanks once again to all of you.
Thank you, Soni madam, and thanks to all of the team. And
इस्कॉन से उनका कुछ है
Rekha Mataji, you can conclude. You have to unmute, Mataji. Not able to hear you, Mataji. Okay, so on behalf of ISKCON Mira Road, I thank the principal, Mr. Romi Sharma, for giving us an opportunity to conduct online deep daan, that is online lamp offering through R.B.K students. Thank you very much, and a very happy Krishna conscious happy Diwali to all of you. And in case some of the children were interested in Gita classes, so maybe they can contact you can contact Soni madam or Soni madam. Through her you can contact Rekha Mataji, so she can let you know about the Gita classes. Apart from that, we have a website, nicechildren.in. It's continuous, nicechildren.in. So maybe you can contact us through that also for Diwali camps and children programs. And to have an exclusive session in R.B.K, maybe you can contact Rekha Mataji, then we can arrange for that also. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah.